Hey everyone, welcome to MX Disc Golf. My name is Raúl Barcelo, and I'm very excited to bring you guys the FPO coverage for the GoThrow Cancer PlayBook Open event that happened at Hideaway in Terrell, Texas. And this is the first event of the GoThrow Tour, the new complimentary tour to the Disc Golf Pro Tour led by Luke Humphreys. And here we go straight to hole 1. FPO will be playing from the short tee pads. And hole 1 is 300 feet, surrounded by trees on the green. Very windy day, very, very muddy day. First off the tee, we have Mertsch.
Oh my gosh.
Cat going with a little hyzer flip, trying to get through the middle of the trees, and she does scoop there. And she's very excited.
Up next, Becca Cox.
Next up to tee, we have Rebecca Cox. Rebecca, sponsored by Latitude 64. Trying to go with a similar line to Cat, but her disc gets flipped over a little too much, and she's going to be near the OB line on the right side, about halfway up the fairway. Third up to the tee, we have Taylor Chocek. Taylor's a new player that's known for her huge power shots, and she just started touring at the end of last season, so this is one of her very first few events, and here she is demonstrating that power, going with a power hyzer over all the trees. Pretty good shot. She's going to be within 15 feet of the basket there. Third off the tee, we have Deann Carey. Deann recently switched to Prodigy, so Prodigy is her new main sponsor. And this might be one of the first times that we see her playing with her new discs. Going with a really good shot. She's going to be putting for birdie there. This is Rebecca's approach with a little forehand just to get near the basket. We can see how much the wind is making the trees move around the basket, so wind definitely a factor here. Deann almost canning that birdie from long distance. And Taylor, she had a little bit of an obstruction there with that tree. It was kind of an awkward stance, and maybe a little bit of nerves added to that. But should be an easy par. That was a par for Rebecca. Almost tap-in birdie for Mertsch. That was really good birdie. And the rest of the card will tap in for the pars. We're going to move on to hole 2. Hole 2 is a par 4, 510 feet. Definitely plays like a 2-shot type of shot. Maybe some really, really big arms. Could get all the way up to the basket in one big hyzer, but for most people, you're going to need to play to the opening of the tunnel here, just like Cat's going to do. And then have your second shot go up towards the basket. Cat is in the perfect landing zone there. Rebecca gonna try to do the same. An unfortunate ground play there to bounce off the base of the tree to the right, because that's gonna put her in a slightly tougher position, but still pretty good. Taylor going with another big hyzer over everything. I think we're going to start seeing possibly a pattern here. She is further left than where you want to be on the fairway, but she is kind of out in the open, so I think Taylor's going to have something. And Deann there, her disc just gets completely obliterated by the wind. She's not in a good spot. That's her pitching out to the middle of the fairway. So this is Deann's third shot now. Pretty smooth, controlled shot, maybe a little bit low, but it's still in the middle of the fairway, so that's pretty good work. Now this is Taylor's second shot. She was completely off the fairway with wide open, as I said, so another big hyzer over everything, and she's going to be pin high just outside the circle. Now this is what I meant. Rebecca still had a good position. And actually, that was pretty good work. It was bad luck to bounce off the tree backwards. But, see, just a few feet to the left, Kat is left with wide open towards the basket. And oh no, she shanks it. Shanks it a little bit to the right. She's having fun. This is what Hideaway is going to make you do, scrambling like that. Just completely stretched out. There's no room underneath most of these trees. Pretty thick. A little upshot from Deann, maybe a little bit short. And I think that was a run from Rebecca. That was a good chance at the birdie. This is for par for Kat, and she's gonna have to settle for a bogey after that mistake on the upshot. This is Taylor's birdie. We're really just lay up for par. Deann, kind of a long putt for bogey, but she handles it well. Rebecca tapping in her par. Now it's going to be par for Taylor and a bogey for Kat. In hole 3, this is 246 feet, par 3. There's like a small ditch right before the basket, and it's in the perfect landing zone, so a lot of disc kind of gets sucked into this ditch basically. We'll see how these girls handle it. That was a good drive. I think she's gonna be right before the ditch. Taylor kicks off the tree, she's behind the ditch. Forehand from Kat. Looks pretty good, doesn't hit anything, rolls right up to the basket. That's a birdie look for sure. Almost guaranteed birdie. Backhand from Deann. Just a little bit short, probably where Rebecca is too. Oh, Taylor was just laying it up, but it almost skipped in the basket weirdly. That was cool. And Rebecca also just playing for the par here, and I'm guessing Deann's going to try the same thing. Yeah. They're just slightly too far to run it, and the behind the basket is downhill, so it makes it a huge step. But Kat, no problem with the birdie, and the rest of the ladies are going to clean up their pars. We're going to move on to hole 4, par 3, 223 feet. I know these distances say that they're in the 200s, but really these holes play a lot harder than that. They're super tight. The lines are just ridiculous. There's no clear line all the way to the basket. You just have to maneuver some trees no matter what. Here's Kat trying to go with the left line, a little forehand.
You're doing a great job.
Very nice backhand from Rebecca. It looked really good. Taylor, slight miss there. Misfire. The really good line from Deann. Probably a little bit, which I think she might have gone right of the tree that she wanted to, but still made it, I think, all the way up. That was pretty good. Good attempt at from where she was for Taylor. That was a really good attempt. Yeah, man. And Kat's going to be short on her upshot. She's going to have a really hard time for this par. Yeah, pretty much just playing for bogey. Nothing else to do. Now this is Taylor's long par look.
I did it.
And okay, I guess she's gonna have to settle for that bogey. Really nice birdie from Rebecca. Really nice birdie from Deann. Tap in bogey from Kat. We're gonna move on to hole 5. Hole 5 is a par 4, 540 feet. This hole is divided into 2 halves. The first half is just a straight muddy tunnel, today at least. And the second half is wide open field with OB on the left side, slightly uphill. It's also very windy today. So this hole is going to play very difficult. As soon as they get off the tee, if they're not out of this tunnel, their footing is going to be mud. This is exactly what you want. And oh no! It looks so good and very unfortunate to go all the way out to the OB from that. Deann's drive kicks off to the right. She's still going to be in the tunnel. Same with Kat. Almost all the way out, both of them, but still, just the footing is just going to be terrible. And oh wow, very lucky, getting 2 kicks. That double kick sending her almost all the way out the mouth of the tunnel. Kat just playing out to the middle of the field. That was actually really good distance from where she was for just basically standstill forehand. Another layup to the middle of the fairway. And yeah, this is what we're talking about. Very, very slick. Still manages to put some power behind that, but again, the slope of the hill and the stability of the disc and the wind combined are making things just leak into OB a little bit more than we would like to see. Deann, that was a pretty good upshot. She's going to be looking at a par from there. Rebecca, also good upshot inside the circle for her putt. Kat with a phenomenal approach right under the basket. Same with Taylor, that was a pretty good approach. Now we're gonna see some putts that are kind of long. Oh man. Yeah, these are, I thought they were in the circle, but they're just outside the circle. So yeah, those are much more difficult putts than I thought, and sure enough, the wind got them. So we got 1 bogey, 2 bogeys, 3 bogeys, and they tap in par. And we're gonna go to hole 6. Hole 6 is a par 3, 319 feet. This is a very tough par 3. The basket is really hidden in between trees. I would say that the line is almost, the line is almost non-existent. No, there is a line, but it's just very tough. You just have to get super sneaky. Yeah, Kat with a forehand. That's probably, you can go backhand or forehand really, but you want to get something moving from right to left and stay moving and stay moving.
Oh, that's not push.
Yeah, that looked like a pretty good drive from Rebecca. And she's still, I don't even think, she might be like circle 2 edge. And it's only 319 feet. I know most of these girls have that distance, so.
How was the line? You guys didn't.
I don't mean most. They all have this distance. Anyway, Deann kicked to the right, but still managed to sneak through pretty far, so she's going to have a little look. And Taylor just inside. She clips a tree. Now she's going to be scrambling from pretty ways back. got a little bit of distance, but still scrambling from the trees. There's Cat's second shot. Still going to be left with a bit of a putt to save her par from there. Deann, after sneaking a little bit further to the right, but still managed to have a good approach, and oof, Taylor almost going OB there with that approach. Rebecca, good work. That's going to be an easy par for her. And this is Cat's putt, and she misses. So that's now a bogey for her. Bogey for Taylor. Sure enough. Cat's pretty high percentage when she's close to the basket. Deann and Rebecca tap in their pars. And there we go. Hole 7. This is one of the hardest holes on the course. Even from the short tee pad, I believe this is a very tough par 4. 370 feet, uphill the whole way. Very tight tunnel, low ceiling. Very muddy today, also windy. Just about as tough conditions as you could possibly get. This round happened at like 8 in the morning, so it's also pretty cold, as you can tell. That was a good drive from Rebecca. She made it pretty good ways through the tunnel. We'll see what her lie looks like after. Deann, she likes it. Good kick.
Catherine, I don't understand you today, baby.
Cat with a good drive, but kind of leaks off to the left a little bit. I think she's going to be in jail over there. And Taylor, she's missed a few drives in a row at this point. I think that maybe the course is getting to her, or the conditions a little bit. She tried to pitch up to the fairway there, but I don't think she was able to get all the way up to the fairway. Deann, good work. Fairway hit, fairway hit. Now looking at maybe 100 feet to the basket, maybe less. Cat doesn't get very far. Taylor's starting to get a little irritated at this, like you can tell from her body language, but still good work. Now she's all the way up to the green. Rebecca, good work all the way up to the green. I think she might be putting for birdie actually. And Cat, very nice approach.
Thank you.
I've seen her working that red putter on a forehand, doing some really good shots with that.
Get it.
Deann, that was a good birdie run. Oh man, that was looking pretty good for Taylor. Yeah, birdie for Rebecca in the mud. Super slippery. Good work. Tap-ins for the rest, double bogey. We're gonna move on to hole 8. Hole 8 is a par 3, 231 feet. It's the little island with the elevated basket. You have to throw over the fountain. The OB water is seriously like 8 feet from the basket. It's not a lot of space there. This is the very first thing you see also when you drive into the property, so it's very iconic, if not the most iconic hole. It's short, but as we'll see, not that easy. And there we go. First drive OB. See what the rest of the card has to say about that. Deann with a really nice drive. She's under the basket almost. Cat opting for the forehand, and oh, that was so cool. Skip off the water.
Thank you.
Inside the circle, probably almost inside the bullseye. That was really nice. Taylor going backhand. Very, very nice drive. I think we're looking at possibly 3 birdies. And Rebecca from the drop zone and doesn't get in bounce again, so she has to she just confronts with her card mates, has to go again. Oh man, and almost makes that one. But now she's gonna be left with a putt for 6. So this hole can turn on you very quickly. And as I mentioned before, that OB water is right behind the basket, so Taylor going OB on her putt. Now she's going to be putting for bogey. Deann's not afraid. She makes a putt for birdie. And Kat, yes, also good for birdie from short distance. Tap and bogey for Taylor. And this is going to be triple. Oh my God. Triple bogey for Rebecca. Lifting quickly. And hole 9, par 4, 462 feet. This is another very, very tough hole. 2-shot hole for sure. There's no way that you could get all the way to the basket from the tee. And yeah, we're going to see some almost for sure scrambling on this hole. This place, oh, I forgot to mention, this place like an L shape to the left. It's like a 90-degree turn, so all of them are probably gonna be throwing backhand heisers or something that fades at the end of their flight.
Yeah. A decent backwards.
Both of those drives were pretty good. Not the best drives, but I think they're workable. Taylor probably with the worst lie so far of them all. She's gonna be a little bit short of the corner. Rebecca after that triple bogey. That was a really good drive. So there you can see the basket. There's like multiple tunnels to get all the way down there, but there's also trees everywhere, and you just have to get very creative a lot of times. I like that that approach by Deann. She's still going to be left in the open. Possible up and down for 4. Oh man, Kat was going for the basket. That's going to be probably going to give her a chance for birdie there. Rebecca, oof. She got some trees in the way there. Okay, well, Taylor still making her way down. This is a, like I said, very tough second shot, so you can be left scrambling even from the middle of the fairway. Deann. Oh man, that's going to be probably a little bit longer putt than you want for your par.
Get it.
Okay, Taylor is able to get all the way down to the basket finally. And this is for birdie from Kat, and just slightly left. Oh yeah, man, that was just a little bit too far for Deann. Hey, good save for bogey there from Taylor. Kat with her par. Oh, that was gonna be for par for Rebecca also, and so 3 bogeys and 1 par. And that's how we finished the first 9. We got Kat at par. We got Deann Carey at +1. We got Rebecca Cox at +3. And Taylor Chocek at +7. Thank you guys for watching. Don't miss out on this back 9 because it's about to start raining. It's about to get even harder conditions. So, see you guys on the back 9. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.